Hello, students. You're welcome to today's class on financial accounting. My name is Hanel Beresibo. Today, we have an interesting topic, which is financial system with the theme formation of company and the Nigerian financial system. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to define a financial system, list the components of the financial system, and lastly, state the functions of the financial system. Entrepreneurs need capital to start up a business. A country needs funds to finance its budget. The financial system provides this opportunity for funds to be sourced. Investments are important to the growth of an economy. Financial system will be discussed as we progress. What is financial system, you might ask? A financial system is a system which permits borrowers and investors to exchange funds with each other. In other words, financial system is the set of institutions which permits the exchange of funds. Examples of such institutions include insurance companies, banks, stock exchange, etc. Now, they help to transfer funds from savers to borrowers, as in those people who want to invest using these funds. Now, let's see some components of the financial system. Now, before we consider the components of financial system, take note that the financial system serves as a vehicle for economic transformation. Now, the first component of financial system is financial institution. Next, we have financial market. Third, financial instruments. And lastly, financial services. Now, what are financial institutions? I said financial system is a set of institutions. These institutions are financial institutions. Therefore, financial institutions are institutions which provide financial services to the public. Examples of such services include acceptance of deposits from the public and grantings of loans. Now, financial institutions consist of both banking institutions and non-banking institutions. Banking institutions are institutions licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria to give loans and receive deposits. Examples of such banks include First Bank, Union Bank, etc. While non-banking institutions are financial institutions that do not have a full banking license but provide certain financial services like providing insurance covers to individuals. Now, please note, non-banking institutions do not accept deposits from the public. Examples of such include insurance companies, pension fund administrators, etc. Banking institutions and non-banking institutions are regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, National Pension Commission, NPC, Federal Ministry of Finance, and the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. These regulatory bodies are based in Nigeria. Other countries have their own regulatory bodies. Now, let's see some functions of the banking institutions and the non-banking institutions. Number one, we have the bank accepts deposits from the public. Secondly, banking and non-banking institutions grant loans to potential investors. Lastly, non-banking institutions provide some services which banking institutions do not. Examples of such services include retirement planning, private education funding, etc. Now, let's move on to see the second component of the financial system. The second component of the financial system is financial market. Financial market is a place where stocks, shares, and bonds are traded or sold. In the financial market, companies raise capital for themselves. Some functions of the financial market include 1. Financial markets permits the transfer of funds from one agent to another for investment purposes. Secondly, financial markets provide the holders of financial assets, which is shares, with a chance to resell these assets. Now, shareholders are owners of shares. They may decide to sell off their shares to another person. The financial market provides the opportunity to do so. Lastly, financial markets provide vehicles by which prices are set both for newly issued financial assets and for the existing stocks. Issued financial assets here may be shares. Financial markets determines the prices of shares of companies. Now let's see the next component of the financial system. Financial instruments. Financial instruments are legally binding agreements regarding the payment of money between two or more parties. Now, this agreement has monetary value. Examples of financial instruments include bonds, checks, shares, etc. Now, let's go on to see the last component of the financial system. Financial services. Financial services are services provided by financial institutions. Examples of such services include loans, insurance covers, etc. Now let's move on to see some functions of the financial services. Some functions of these components include 1. Allocating capital funds, which is used to finance productive investments. Secondly, facilitating exchange of goods and services in an economy. And lastly, it helps in improving savings. Having discussed the components of the financial system, let's see some functions of the financial system. Some of the functions of the financial system include 1. The financial system promotes savings by providing an extended number of financial assets as stores, which is aided by services of financial markets. Examples of stores of value include gold, treasury bonds, etc. Now, the second function, it helps in the linkage between borrowers and lenders. Thirdly, it helps in project financing and reviews the performance of such projects. And lastly, funds are transferred from one party to another through financial system. Like I said earlier, financial system is a vehicle for economic transformation, and it is very important for economic growth and development. We've come to the end of today's class, but before we go, let's take a quick summary of what we've done so far. We learned that a financial system is a system which permits borrowers and investors to exchange funds with each other. We also learned that the components of the financial system include financial institution, financial markets, financial instruments, and lastly, financial services. And finally, we learned that some of the functions of the financial markets include 1. It helps in the linkage between borrowers and lenders. And lastly, funds are transferred from one party to another through financial system. Now let's go on to our test session to see how much you've learned so far. Question 1. Which of the following is not a component of the financial system? A. Financial services. B. Financial bond. Or C. Financial markets. The right option is option B, financial bond. Question 2. Dash represents a legally binding agreement between two or more parties regarding a right to payment of money. A. Financial services. B. Financial instruments. Or C. Financial system. The correct option is option B, financial instruments. This will be all for now, and I believe by now you know what the financial system is and the different components of the financial system. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.